If you could hear it in the audio, it's a windy November afternoon. Today, I'm talking about how vigilance is important. Vigilant awareness is important because a lot of people are not going to like this. A lot of people that do see your intention are not going to like this. But getting attached to your streak is just as dangerous and just as a liability as being a gooner. Alright? Getting attached to your streak and giving yourself these magical properties and like making yourself like in your mind think that you're not human and think that you're not susceptible to the same things that that like other humans are susceptible to. Like, it's funny because when you grow that fat ass ego, right? Because when your nuts are full, it's like your ego is fat, bro. And it's like God just kind of laughs at you a little bit. He's like, all right, I'm gonna let him think that he's the one in control and that he's the one running this thing, you know? And then the agent comes and it attacks and you try to will it away, you know? But I feel like humbling yourself is so powerful. It's so beyond powerful, you know? Humbling yourself is like real power, you know? Because you're putting it in the hands of something above you, you know? You're putting it in the hands of what's giving you this energy. You're putting it in the hands of what's allowing you to keep your semen and therefore have more ojas and therefore live a healthier life. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything has a stepping stool to the next level. And that being able to humble yourself and like not being so goddamn rigid, bro. Like, and I'm speaking to myself too. I'm speaking to my 60-day streak self too. I was so rigid, bro. And people could just feel that in my energy. Like I don't want nothing to do with them. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't. I thought I was better than them. I thought I was like the chosen one. And I thought I was like the Messiah or some bullshit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like them. You know what I'm saying? And I really do think like being able to sit back and see from this perspective is one of the benefits of building ojas, because it also refines your brain and it refines like how vastly you can really understand things. But that ego, man, you got to keep that in check if you actually want something like real, you know? If you want something like raw and real and passionate and you want to live from the heart, you got to humble yourself, man. Cause it's like that shit, it gets you, bro. That shit, it gets you in the butt. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be willing to get on your... I'm not telling you how to pray or anything, but I'm speaking for myself. Like, I had to like reteach myself how to just get on the floor and just like ask, what do I need? What is it that I need right now? What is it that you can do for me? And opening my heart and just waiting, you know, waiting. And then things just happen, you know. These miracles inside just happen, and they're so pure, and it's like, that's not my doing, you know. That's something a lot greater than me, you know. And I'm also gonna touch on this, that when you have a full nutsack, you think that you're more in favor of God, right? You think, like, your ego thinks like you're more in favor, like that God loves you more than God loves the next man that's not doing the same thing as you. It's like, it's not true. It's not true. Not at all. You know? There's a balance to all these things. You know what I'm saying? There's a balance between your ego and your pure self, and there's a balance between your homeostasis and your fucked up days, and there's a balance between literally everything. And I really do recommend this journey for people that are trying to like get out the rat race, you know? And I'm not talking about just any rat race. I'm talking about just the inner rat race, you know? Like you feel like you need to be somewhere. You feel like you need to be doing something. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be doing anything. You don't need to be doing anything, bro. You just gotta be like you, bro. Like you just gotta be here now. You know, this is all there is right now. I can't even recall fucking the 60-day streak because like I was just so rigid, bro. Like there was nothing going on, bro. There was nothing going on, and I was put in that space. I'm not gonna try to intellectualize it, but I was put in that space of being alone so I could really just see how fucking rigid I am, bro, and like how judgmental I am, and like like it was so easy to see then, but then it's just like we set ourselves up for these traps, you know what I'm saying? And then we walk into them and we're like, oh God, why? And God's just like, all right, man. Like, do your thing, you know? Like, God lets you fuck up, you know? God lets you fuck up. And then God helps you get up, you know? God is on both ends of the stick. So I'm gonna go. I got stuff to do, but I'm glad this message came through and that I can speak to those who have ears to hear. Peace.